there have been thousands of adaptations of Romeo and Juliet, more than 100 languages, but we're getting a twist on this sort of tale. It's Juliet and Romeo this time. Clara Rugard, Jamie Ward. I'm so excited to talk to them. Clara, tell us what this story is all about.
Well, this is the classic tale of Shakespeare's tale of Romeo and Juliet, but with multiple twists and turns, and yeah, a bold reimagining of this classic love story that we all know and love.
So fun to see this as a musical adaptation on screen. Jamie, obviously you're on the West End. You were Marius in Les Mis, and now you're here in this musical movie. What is it? What did you take from that to kind of portray into that background from theater to do into a movie musical?
Yeah, I mean it's been a long time since I did that, so it was a privilege sort of being able to go back into musical theater, but on film, and I felt like I'd learned a lot about film since doing Les Mis, so it all came about at the right time, and we did a lot of the exciting kind of sequences in the film, even when we're just running through streets or jumping off walls or kicking off, I don't know, fighting, horse riding. That all felt really theatrical. And I think it probably subconsciously it was good for me to have done a musical when I was younger.
It's great to see that transition now into the movie musical. And Clara, people might know this is not your first time playing Juliet. I mean, you were Juliet and Shonda Rhimes' still star-crossed, and now you're getting to play this character again. What kind of difference did you take? Obviously, this is a much more expansive role than the few episodes you were in that ABC show, but what do you hope fans take from this iteration of you as Juliet?
Well, this is a modern woman. Juliet is a modern woman in this adaptation of it specifically, and yeah, I related to her on so many levels this time around, and she's sort of bold and cheeky, and you know, she's complex and nuanced and emotionally sort of intelligent, I guess, and self-aware in many ways, and yeah, it was I really enjoyed those elements of her.
We have such a great ensemble cast beside you. Jamie, I'm real quick. I just want to get in. Jason Isaacs, I mean, right off his success in The White Lotus, playing your dad in this movie, what was it like working alongside him? Obviously, now you know he was in The White Lotus and had this major role. What was it like as your dad?
Yeah, I mean, when we shot the film, I had no idea he was going to be in The White Lotus, so that was an amazing surprise. But as soon as I saw him, and having watched every Harry Potter film 100 times each, I just expected him to Malfoy me or something, you know. And he had the same kind of wig on and everything, but out popped this accent from, you know, the north of England, and I thought, damn, that's not what I'm doing. Maybe I need to switch up my accent. But it was thrilling. Yeah, it was so bizarre being able to act with somebody that you've seen on screen so many times and looked up to. And yeah, Clara and I had an amazing time with him. We played tennis with him and hung out with him, and he's an amazing guy.
Damn good.
We're gonna love this iteration of Juliet and Romeo, especially this ending, which teases more to come. I won't give too much away, but make sure you watch it in theaters May 9th. Thank you both so much.
Thank you, Trevor.
Thanks, Trevor.
When I first saw Rebel Wilson in Bridesmaids as Bryn, I knew the scene stealer is a total star. She's returning to her musical routes in Juliet and Romeo. So thank you so much for chatting with me. Tell us about your role in this super fun musical film.
Hi, Trevor. So good to chat to you. So I play Lady Capulet in this new imagining of Romeo and Juliet that's really flipped on its head. It's called Juliet and Romeo. And this is just like, it's a pop musical, kind of like the Descendants movies meets Shakespeare. And so it's got this incredible array of like Shakespearean actors from England and pop superstars with the vocalists. So it's a really interesting musical to be a part of.
So much fun to watch. I watched it yesterday, and you were playing Juliet's mom, and you are a new mom yourself. What is it like now that you have a child and you're playing a mother in this role? I mean, that has to feel different that you're looking at as a mother role now as being a mom yourself.
I know it is crazy in Hollywood, Trevor, when you go from playing kind of like the younger single girl in comedies to then playing like the mother of a 20-year-old in this movie. But I just had my daughter Royce, and she's like, it's just such a amazing experience being a mother. Obviously, I like became very sleep deprived, and my life changed forever having a baby. But I brought that love that I had for her into this character of being Juliet's mother. And my character, Lady Capulet's a complicated mother as well, because there's kind of a lot of expectations and pressure on the family. But I felt like being a mother kind of did slightly prepare me to play this very famous mother character.
He is such a famous mother. You are a famous mother. We see you in Pitch Perfect singing in all three of the soundtracks, but kind of the comedy style of singing as your character. But this is full-on singing like your musical theater roots. It is such great singing. You have great songs in this movie. What was it like to kind of get back to this, where it's not just the comedy singing, it is full-on singing and playing for the role?
It feels like you feel very naked when you really sing without a character, and they just wanted really amazing vocals in this. And often when you see me in like the Pitch Perfect films, I'm singing as Fat Amy, so it really is a character voice. And this is just, my raw voice, and it's kind of, it feels like you're singing naked, weirdly. But I love the finished product. I mean, these guys, the Bogarts, Tim, who directed, and Evan, who is the main songwriter, they've done so much in the music world. And so I really, really wanted to deliver in this. And it just it's a kind of a different sound. And yeah, it's kind of cool. I hope people really, really like the song.
Really well. Lady Capulet is another knockout role for Rebel Wilson. Thank you so much. Make sure you see Juliet and Romeo in theaters May 9th. Thank you.
Thanks, Trevor. And take your mum to see it. It's a great,
She's
great
coming.
love story.
Yes, thank you. Everyone knows the story of Romeo and Juliet, but people might not know the story of Juliet and Romeo. I'm talking with director-writer Timothy Scott Bogart. So tell us about the name switch in your iteration of this.
Well, the name switch actually happened a little bit accidentally. I was playing on my computer with the titles while we were in post-production, and I don't even know why, Trevor, something kind of did this thing. I was like, wait a minute. Because I had actually began the title being Verona. I always wanted to be a story that was larger than what we thought, but that people could understand it was based on something they certainly thought they knew. And yet Verona was a little, frankly, it was just too far away. So then we started thinking Verona's Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, that wasn't quite right. Then we started looking at, do we just name it Romeo and Juliet? But it's not. It is, but it's not. And the intention, how do you tell people this is something, I promise you, there's a comfort that you kind of know, but boy, I promise you it's going to be special in a way that you don't know. And suddenly it was, So that was the reason.
So great to hear that perspective of it. And it's so awesome to see your collaboration with your brother. I mean, Grammy winner, yes. Evan Kidd Bogart, like working on these musical pop songs. It is such infectious music that people are going to be listening to time and time again. What was it like to have him write these songs for your movie?
Well, when working with family is always wonderful, especially when you're older, right? So I'm the older brother. Hey, listen. But my brother Evan is just one of the great songwriters who wrote Halo for Beyonce, SOS for Rihanna. I mean, he's just extraordinary. So working with him has just been an absolute blessing. But also on this film, my brother Bradley Bogart also was one of the producers with me sitting in Italy Every Step. But my daughter, Quinn Bogart, was my second unit director. So the ability to have this kind of family around you as well when you're doing something pretty bold and risky was a little bit of comfort.
It's a family affair for Juliet and Romeo. And we have this just incredible cast together, obviously led by the lead actress himself, but the ensemble is who I want to talk about as well. I mean, Rebel Wilson, Jason Isaacs, Sir Derek Jacobi as the friar.
Derek Jacobi? I mean,
he has played so many Shakespeare characters on stage. What was it like to get him in this iconic role?
It literally was, I kept struggling with who should be friar, and I kept talking to different, agent friends of mine going, no, God, would it be great if I get someone like Derek Jacobi? And I was talking to his agent, he said, you want me to talk to Derek? I said, would he do it? This is so different. But that's why he did it. They sent him the script, immediately called like within a day saying, I love this so much. I said, you understand I'm asking you to rap in the film, right? Like you, Derek Jacobi, I want you to rap. He's like, I want to rap. I said, I'm going to have Dan Fogler put his hand in your face. Like one of the greatest I want to do. He loved his whole Shakespearean journey has been about adaptation and finding new colors. And he just loved the opportunity. And for me, dream come
That's
true.
a tease. What can we say? Is there more to come from Juliet and Romeo? What do you want audiences to know? I mean, they have to watch the film first, but what can you kind of tease about this kind of trajectory that this is going?
What I can tease about the trajectory is that there is more. I would argue for those going, it's this dark story. Give it a shot. You might see some very interesting journeys. There is a time between 1301 and 1303 that amazing things happen in that part of the world. And that's what I will suggest. There's a lot more journey in that to tell.
I'm all ready for it after seeing this one. Make sure you see Juliet and Romeo in theaters May 9th. Thank you so much, Timothy.
Thank you, Trevor. Great pleasure.
Yeah, thanks.